If history has taught us anything, it is that there is a distinct difference between men and women. The physical side is easy enough to see. The most puzzling to scientists over the decades is the position of the brain. It's entirely possible that the position of the brain has a large involvement on the difference in behaviour, even decision making. Although on the surface of a relationship, particularly a new one, it appears as if there is harmony, it soon becomes clear that the thought processes are different. It isn't only the thought processes that are different. Perceptions, which we all know are an important factor on both behaviour and decisions, are vastly different. The area of human being where this is most noticeable is in perception of body image. Where women have a distorted image of themselves in a negative way, men tend to go the opposite way and often feel victimised by both their significant other and the doctor when these caring souls suggest a change in lifestyle. In fact, how often have you seen men of this calibre strutting along the beach in much too tiny speedos, parading their goods? Women, on the other hand, have to be exceptionally skinny before they will wear anything but a full bodysuit to the beach. There are exceptions here too, though, as we may have witnessed from time to time. The harmony that appears to exist in the early days of a relationship will eventually suffer under the differences in those patterns. These differences will lead to each of the parties searching for education in different areas and with different purposes. This is where the real battle starts. Remember when you were a teenager with raging hormones? The world consisted of little else than finding a location, an opportunity, and a willing partner. After what feels like 200 years of marriage, things change. Suddenly, the relationship is no longer about finding locations and opportunities. It becomes about negotiations. If it was as simple as sitting around a table, exchanging favours, the divorce rate would possibly be a lot lower. The negotiations are non-verbal, which makes them tricky at best, lethal at worst. People get hurt in this game, physically and mentally. Try the wrong negotiation, or try anything the wrong time of the month, and you are dead. As a man, you need to keep track of hormone fluctuations. You can't wing it. You have to be accurate with female hormones. You also need to know your partner well enough to recognise the signs. With women, there are a lot of buttons you might inadvertently push. And if you do, the night is a dead loss and you pack up and you wait until tomorrow. Women have a clear advantage here. Men are designed in a much simpler way than women, which makes them easier to navigate. It is only as men get older, much older, that the on-off switch may not function properly. Usually it's a question of pharmaceuticals and the button is back in business. Most women work this out very quickly. Relationships change dramatically as we get older. Perhaps because in the early days of marriage, men take advantage of hanging out with their mates while the women play mothers at home with a bunch of young kids. But as they reach middle age, men tend to have less of a need for socialising. They are happy to relax at home after work. Women, on the other hand, get in touch with their second youth once the kids have flown the coop. They're ready to party now that they no longer are washing nappies daily. They now start hanging out with their girlfriends, leaving the husbands at home to snooze in front of the telly. This might well save the marriage, as both parties now get what they want. However, if the age difference is too great, the wife may feel she needs somebody a bit younger who can perform without pharmaceuticals. She divorces her husband of 30 odd years and go in search of another perfect match. This is not always as simple and as easy as you may think, and in some cases she fails in her objective altogether. She may indeed run out of time while she's waiting. If, however, a couple can get through the battles and the trying times, they may end up with a mutually satisfying relationship that indeed will last them till death do them part.